Hey, Evan.
Hey, what's going on?
Not much, man. What's up with you?
I've been smoking on that shit that came out of the Ohio derailment. So, been smoking on that shit that they dropped in the trenches in World War One.
All right.
Yeah.
Like mustard gas?
Well, phosgene, but
What is this? I don't even know anything about this.
I sent it into nobody responded, of course. Oftentimes,
I was at work
into the void in group chats.
I mean, yeah, I was at work. I wasn't
Yeah,
gonna stop what I was doing to read that.
Yeah. No, you should look at the pictures I sent right now. We can get your live reaction to these fucking biblical,
All right,
goddamn
you
pictures.
said it's in the group chat?
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, there was a train derailment in Ohio, East Palestine, Ohio, of a truck carrying vinyl chloride.
Oh, that was today. I wasn't at work. I just was asleep.
Yeah, it was a truck or a bunch of tankers on a train carrying vinyl chloride, which is a volatile, flammable substance that boils at 8 degrees Fahrenheit. So you have to keep it in very specific conditions.
Okay.
It derailed the 5 tankers. They decided to do some sort of controlled release of the substance. Otherwise, it could, there's an explosion hazard.
Okay.
The release that they did was right in beneath some sort of weather inversion. So the plume got stuck in some kind of weather system. And the fumes coming off of it are 2. There's phosgene gas, which is a nerve agent. Lethal at 200 ppm for humans, I believe. And hydrogen chloride, which when it mixes with the water in the air turns into, any chemist at home, that's right, hydrochloric acid.
Nice.
So any rain coming down from that is going to be, pH fucking 0 hydrochloric acid.
Cool.
Yeah.
And so
that would be if it was concentrated. I guess maybe it'll be pH 1 or 2.
This is some apocalyptic shit.
Yeah, look at those pictures, dude. That is some biblical fucking shit.
Yeah,
man.
it's like the most evil looking cloud of black smoke, and then you're right.
Dude,
it's just concentrating in a disc of evil around this area, dude, and then from
the picture from above in the plane is some fucking unholy shit.
Yeah, it's eerie.
But of course, the company that did this, reports came out that they laid off a bunch of workers in the preceding years in order to give their executives huge bonuses and do stock buybacks and fund do some lobbying to reduce safety regulations. And now we've got a Chernobyl light going on in Ohio, which people in the area have been claiming that their pets are dying outside. Humans are pretty sturdy animals, so things like birds are going to have a much lower a LD50. For those not to know, that is lethal dose for 50% of the 50% of the population. So it's going to have much just be lethal faster for animals like birds than it will mammals or humans. But yeah, people have been looks like fish and other wildlife and stuff like that are dying. So definitely not safe. Like I said, it's phosgene gas. That's one of the 2.
Yeah, it looks pretty scary.
And the other is hydrochloric acid.
It's another reason to just not go to Ohio.
Yeah, but I mean those people that live there,
Mm-hmm.
So really fucking depressing shit.
Yeah, fucking horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, for those unlucky individuals who call Ohio their home.
I mean, I haven't really spent too much time in Ohio. I think I went there once as a layover on a plane ride, so I can't say too much. I do like Cincinnati chili, I can say that. So what up, Cincy?
I spent a little short week there once, and it was fine.
Yeah.
I don't actually hate Ohio. It's just a meme.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So yeah. I hope
people
aren't breathing in this poison for too long.
Yep.
There's been a bunch of shit this week though.
Pets are fine. Yeah, there's the fucking the earthquake in Syria and Turkey.
Yeah, which has been absolutely insane. And I know
there's 16,000 dead in Turkey.
Yeah, it's right on the border, and it's been pretty heinous. And I guess the government response, particularly in Turkey, has been pretty lackluster. And folks are feeling pretty dissatisfied. And I think there was already, it's an election year there. And I think that there's been a great deal of unrest in Turkey anyway. But now you can really see the government there, which is a pretty fascist government, kind of clamping down on like all social media, which was until pretty recently. I was talking to a mutual friend of ours about this. Like until pretty recently was the main way people were kind of able to stay in contact and let each other know where there were aftershocks, where there were tremors, whether or not family was okay. That's all now been censored. So everyone's now in the dark and not receiving aid. And the main reason that social media and stuff was shut down was to prevent criticism of the government. So
I saw them trying to claim that it was to halt the spread of misinformation. But it's just
they don't want
the misinformation being that Erdogan didn't do shit.
Yeah, and currently isn't doing shit.
Information,
yeah, it's accurate information. So I've been told that. If you know someone who's over there, I think that's the best way to donate money. But if not, Red Cross / Red Crescent, Doctors Without Borders, those are both, I think, particularly helpful in Syria right now. I think Turkey is a little more complicated, but it's a pretty serious issue right now. So something to think about. And if you're, with extra, then please consider donating where you can. What else? Oh, did you hear about the monkey thief?
Real quickly, I caught like a little tiny bit of that. And go.
No, I was just gonna say there was a string of weird monkey crimes at the Dallas Zoo.
Some monkey business, you might say.
Yeah, and I guess they finally arrested the guy who supposedly was doing this. 24-year-old Davion Irvin. And he was like breaking into the zoo, and he apparently he cut the mesh of an enclosure and took 2 emperor tamarin monkeys, which are really rare and like really awesome looking monkeys.
Yeah, they are.
And then he like was keeping them in a vacant house, and then they found the monkeys, and
it's crazy.
Yeah, he also I think he was just an enthusiast. Like he just really he just wanted them. Because he had in this house like a bunch of other animals, like pigeons and lizards and shit, and he saw these monkeys and he was like, "Dude, these fucking rule! Like, I gotta have these monkeys."
Dude, so you know what's really funny? So I'm gonna go with the theory that somehow I was like skin changing into this dude in my dreams, because last night I literally had a dream that I was getting involved with like working with apes at a zoo. And it started because I just had like met like a gorilla and became friends with him, and people were like, "Wow, you're really good with that gorilla. Do you want to work at the zoo?" This is like my dream last night. I was like, "Hell yeah!" And I just became like the ape guy at the zoo.
That would be like, your absolute dream job, I think.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, for sure. If I was just the guy who like got to hang out and like teach like apes like how to like communicate with like sign language and shit like that.
That would be hysterical because you don't know how to communicate. So like you teaching apes how to communicate would just be a lot of...
I think I could communicate.
All right, now here's how to effectively withhold your feelings. Here's how to...
Exactly. Here's
how to deny
I feel like we would really
response.
see eye to eye. We would see eye to eye. I feel like those would be my people.
Yeah. Here's how to just like shit talk your friends in sign language to cover up the fact that you love them.
And then you can just elbow your other friend in the sign language, and then you guys can laugh at the third friend who will sit there and know that they're being laughed at, but not why or how.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be awesome.
That's the perfect situation.
What a well-adjusted gorilla.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah, and then I wanted to sort of mention, I don't know why I want to mention, I guess I'm assuming that you know more about it, because I didn't watch 1 second of the State of the Union, and everybody keeps talking about it, and I keep hearing how like dumb the response was, but I don't fucking know anything about it, because I think
you couldn't have paid me to watch that,
right? Like I don't think I've watched the last. Like,
I've also intentionally avoided anything about it on Twitter, so it's just like I don't care.
I know that Marjorie Taylor Greene yelled a lot during it, which to me is honestly probably worth seeing.
Speaking of gibbons.
Yeah, dude. Oh man, she looks like a fucking wizened fucking Philly boxing coach. From the 50s.
Those gibbons that those gibbons that just like. They like whoop, 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 with their fucking like necks, like,
sure.
Pumping out. That's her.
I think she looks more like a proboscis monkey.
Proboscis.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, they have the big dick nose.
Yeah, she looks more like that because she's got that big smush nose. But she looks like she's like a boxing coach in the 50s who's like, I'll tell you what, kid, you could have been a contender. You could have gone far. You could have gone the distance. Like that's
yeah.
Thank God I had Paulie Santangelo in my car.
cut of your jib, kid.
Defense, work the body. Like,
Where's the footwork? Where's the footwork?
oh my God, yeah. So like that's what I think of when I see her. She's just she's just nuts looking, and she wore like a dress type thing, like she was going to the Oscars. She wore like some crazy big outfit.
Did she? Yeah, she looked like a villain from a dystopian young adult novel.
She looked like Cruella de Vil.
Basically, yeah.
You know, just like that type of outfit. The color scheme, obviously not the same. Cruella de Vil had a really good sort of black, white, red thing going. She was an icon, but it was fluffy and looked villainous. That's why I thought of it.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
So, yeah. So we've got kind of a fun one this week. We're both working on bigger projects. I'm going to do another episode next week. I guess this one sort of counts for me, but I didn't do a whole lot of research this week, or really any. And I thought it would be fun while we're both kind of working on other stuff, not to interrupt our release schedule. If we did something that I think we've both wanted to do for a while, which is kind of find a way to open up and kind of get to know our audience a little better, or maybe more vice versa, help our audience get to know us.
Help our audience meet the boys.
Yeah. You know, I know that a lot of you listening to this show are probably thinking to yourself, wow, this is so great. I wish that I was friends with these guys. And
yes. Part of our healthy, well-adjusted friendship.
Yeah. We're like the gorillas that have been taught sign language wrong. And if you want to know what it's like to be us or to be our friend, but the thing is, we keep ourselves kind of mostly anonymous, pseudo-anonymous at least. And so I thought this would be kind of an interesting opportunity because we've received lots of questions over the years now. And I thought maybe we could do like a little FAQ. So I combined and sort of contracted some of the most frequently asked questions into a little list here. And I thought we could kind of run through them and, give some responses and let you guys kind of into our world a little bit so that you know what it's like to be a member of the LU crew. I mean, you are all, but now you can really feel like you're truly...
step into our bedrooms.
Yeah, truly a part of the squad. You can enter the Left Unread Mind Palace and actually
There's ample seating.
Yeah. Oh, there's always room.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a lot of people.
Chase lounges.
Yeah.
Yeah, not too many people, but lots of chairs.
Yeah, lots and lots of seating available.
Yeah.
I think we planned on this being a lot more popular.
Some folks lied on the RSVPs.
Yeah, we got a lot of plus ones.
We got a lot of maybes and not a lot of yeses.
So now we're stuck with all these extra chicken and fish dishes, and
lots of pastas de bacalhau. Yeah, lots of cod cakes.
Not at my wedding.
Why is this a wedding?
Well, I don't know. Where else would you be getting RSVPs? I'm just saying, if we get married, we're not going to have cod cakes at fucking...
A dinner party would have an RSVP. And
you want to have cod cakes at a dinner party?
Why would I have them at a breakfast party? No.
I just don't think you should have them. I think I just don't think they should be a part of it.
If there are Portuguese folks be there, they're going to assume the bacalhau will be there.
Yeah, I guess it's better than clam cakes. I don't really like the clam cakes, the clam fritters.
Yeah, that's weird.
That I don't like them?
Yeah.
Well, it's not that they taste bad. It's just...
I guess that is more of a southern Massachusetts, Rhode Island thing than, your Boston ass, but...
Well, but I'm just saying, like, it's just odd to me, like, because it tastes like this really nice, almost like donut, like it should be like a sweet thing, and then there's just chunks of, like, rubbery clams in there. And,
yeah, it's good.
Like, it's fine. It just doesn't make sense to me. There are better ways to enjoy both things. You know?
Variety is the spice of life, my dude.
Right. So why do you have to make your donuts clam donuts? Why can't you have a variety? Clams.
It is a variety.
And then donuts.
You've made a variety of donuts.
I don't know.
That have clams.
I feel like this argument's not going to go well. I want to hear from the people on this one. If you're listening, chime in on Twitter.
The people love clam fritters.
If you have never had one,
it wouldn't have existed if the people didn't.
If you've never had one, that counts as a vote for me. And if you have, I want you to tell me if you think that they're awesome or dog shit. Because I'm stretching it. I don't think they're dog shit. But for the sake of the poll, are they great or are they terrible? So anyway, yeah, I figure we should start the show.
If I go to the fry up, I want clam fritters. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'd rather have a few extra fried clams or like some scallops.
Yeah, I bet you would.
Yeah, fried clams are dope.
I bet you think they are.
They are. It's not even about what I think.
You look like, I bet.
I do look like a fried clam guy. Look at me. Whatever you're about to say, I do look that way. That is how I look. Like, take one fucking look at me. Yeah, I do look like a fried clam guy. What the fuck are you gonna say? Are you about to tell me? Oh, yeah, you look like? Yeah, of course I do. That's my
I was gonna say that, but then I realized it sounded like I was saying something a lot meaner than I meant. I just meant a nothing thing. So,
what were you gonna say?
That you look like a little fried clam guy.
Oh, you thought I was going to take it as a fat joke?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I am fat too, and I like fried clams, so fuck it.
But that's not how I meant it.
It's just one of those days where you don't want to wake up. Everything is fucked. Everybody sucks. You don't really know why, but you want to justify ripping someone's head off. No human contact, and if you interact, your life is on contract. Your best bet is to stay away, motherfucker. It's just one of those days. It's all about the he said, she said bullshit. I think you better quit, let the shit slip, or you'll be leaving with a fat lip. It's all about the he said, she said bullshit. I think you better quit talking that shit. It's just one of those days, feeling like a freight train. First one to complain, leaves with the blood stain. Damn right, I'm a maniac. You better watch your back, cause I'm fucking up your program. And if you're stuck up, you just locked up. Next in line to get fucked up. Your best bet is to stay away, motherfucker. It's just one of those days. It's all about the he said, she said bullshit. I think you better quit, let shit slip, or you can leave it with a fat lip. It's all about the he said, she said bullshit. I think you better quit talking that shit, punk. So come and get it. I feel like shit. My suggestion is to keep your distance, cause right now I'm dangerous. We've all felt like shit and been treated like shit. All those motherfuckers that wanna step up, I hope you know I pack a chainsaw. I'll skin your ass raw. And if my day keeps going this way, I just might break something tonight. I pack a chainsaw. I'll skin your ass raw. And if my day keeps going this way, I just might break something tonight. I pack a chainsaw. I'll skin your ass raw. And if my day keeps going this way, I just might break your fucking face tonight. Give me something to break. Give me something to break. Just give me something to break. I got your fucking face. I hope you know I'm like a chainsaw. What? A chainsaw. What? A motherfucking chainsaw. What? So come and get it. It's all about the he said, she said bullshit. I think you better quit. Let shit slip.
Whatever. We'll move past it.
Okay. Clam fritters, fried clams, it's all good, folks.
Everything's fine. Everything's fine here. Okay, so yeah, I figure
Dude,
we'll
if I
start
had
the
a gorilla
episode.
right now that I could just nudge in the side and point, that'd be
That'd be
awesome.
sick. And you guys could just
And he's just like eating the fucking
like-
shit, the grass out of his shit.
Oh my god, dude! One time at Franklin Park Zoo, I watched a gorilla shit into his hand, eat it, and then just repeatedly vomit it up and swallow it over and over and over again for like a minute.
Dude.
I was like 10 years old. I was riveted. I was like, "What the fuck is going on here?"
I have a similar story. When I was like, I was probably about the same age. I went to the Buttonwood Park Zoo with my before, and we go to like where there's two bowls, and one bowl is just pissing a constant stream, and the other one has his head fully under this bull's dick, and he's just slurping the piss up. Like, and my mom was just like, "All right, Evan, let's go watch something else." I was like, "No, I want to see him finish."
Yeah,
like, dude, this bull was fucking sucking this piss down.
Here's the thing: they could find a way to make perpetual motion. They just keep drinking the piss back and forth.
It's like an Ouroboros of
bull piss. I love it. I think that's a great idea. I think we just solved the world's energy crisis.
Yeah. That's a perpetual motion machine.
So as I said, we're going to kind of do a little FAQ today. But before we do that, I thought we could do a quick ad read. And we've been working on this one for a while. This is not so much an advertisement that we've received, but one that I want to finally reveal to you guys. We finally have our very own licensed Left Unread product, which we will be moving shortly. And so this is sort of our official announcement of that, because Evan and I are now rich. Our episode is also brought to you by Left Unread, officially licensed history-themed erectile dysfunction aid. It's actually not just for men. It's for men and women too, so we're workshopping the name. Have you been struggling with intimacy? Finding it difficult to get your little soldier to stand at attention? Feeling like your warm cup of poozle is a little dry? Well, hey, lay off the pills and lay on the dulcet tones of Evan and I reading you historically based jack-off instructions. We guarantee that you will come harder than you ever have in your entire life.
Yep.
Here's just a quick sample of what's in store for you. Mr. Gorbachev, tear off these panties. This is another one. This is kind of a deep cut. Veni, veni, veni. That's Latin. and then we've got... All right, settle down there, Chief. I thought you'd like that one. And then we've got, of course, the classic 7 years ago. I'm stroking my dick. I got lotion on my dick. My dick is hard right now, and I'm stroking it. It's seriously fun. It's been really fun for us, kind of getting the opportunity to combine our two passions, masturbation and history.
Gooning.
Plus, it helps fund our show. You guys are seriously going to love it. We're both really excited to have been able to take part in this. And, so please reach out to us for any more information.
When you jack off, we win.
Yeah, when you jack off with us, you're jacking off with
Cam and Evan.
And honestly, I mean, who wouldn't want to hear our voices right at climax?
I mean, we have nice voices.
We do.
Yeah, especially when you've got lotion on your dick.
Yeah. So keep your ears peeled for that. We will have more information about those products.
Not take this anymore. Saying everything I said before. All these words, they make no sense. I find bliss in ignorance. Less I hear, the less you say. You'll find that out anyway. Just like before. Everything you say to me. Take me one step closer to the edge, and I'm about to break. I need a little room to break. I'm one step closer to the edge. I'm about to break. I find the answers aren't so clear. Wish I could find a way to disappear. All these thoughts, they make no sense. I found bliss in ignorance. Nothing seems to go away. Over and over again. Just like before. Everything you say to me. Take me one step closer to the edge, and I'm about to break. I need a little room to break. I'm one step closer to the edge. I'm about to break. Everything you say to me. Take me one step closer to the edge, and I'm about to break. I need a little room to break. I'm one step closer to the edge, and I'm about
But without further ado, I figure we should dive in, and you can learn all there is to learn about your favorite podcast hosts, Cam and Evan from Left Unread.
Yeah.
So as I said, I took a bunch of stuff that we get asked all the time, and I kind of compiled them. So there's no names attached. Don't think that I misquoted you or anything. Like I said, I kind of took some artistic license here, but we will do our best to answer truthfully and make you feel as part of the family as possible.
Yep. Welcome to our family.
Yeah. Are you ready?
Consider this a family reunion.
Yeah, except with way less fucking.
Yeah. Keep the Left Unread masturbation aids at home.
Yeah, don't bring those to the family reunion.
Yeah.
You ready, Evan?
Yeah.
All right. So the first one, and this is one that I actually just put in here because I think that it would be helpful. How would each of you, the hosts of Left Unread, describe yourselves in a brief summary? And I figure I'll let you go first, Evan. If you were to kind of sum yourself up for the listener, how would you do that?
Voluptuous.
There you go. Yeah, I think that kind of nails it. Me personally, I am. I wear many hats. A cowboy hat. I have a construction hat. I have a beanie that I wear a lot. I'm losing my hair, so I try to cover that up when I can. But I'm a lover. I'm a fighter. I'm a warrior poet. I'm a brother. I'm a mother. I'm a lover. I really don't. Questions like this make me really
Joker,
anxious.
smoker, midnight toker.
Yeah, all those.
All good.
Yeah. I find this question actually kind of constricting because I don't think it gives me enough breadth to kind of express the complexities of who I am. I think Evan kind of nailed it with his. Me, I'm not really sure that I can adequately describe myself. You could do episodes on that. So,
yep.
I think I sort of remain an enigma.
Yep. People want to fuck me. So.
They want you for your body, your curvy,
yeah.
supple form.
I'm a dick with legs.
Yeah, for sure.
Dick and balls.
A dick with a dick.
Yeah.
All right, so moving on. Hopefully that sums it up for you guys and you feel like you know us. This one's specifically for Evan, and we get a lot. This was maybe the most common one on here, or at least tied. It was up there. I didn't really count, but... So, Evan, you are often described as the, quote, bad boy of the podcast.
Yeah.
Do you feel that you live up to this reputation? Why or why not?
I've been spending a lot of my life running from that reputation. I developed it at an early age. When I was 6 years old, I was arrested for shoplifting coffee milk from my school cafeteria. It was a dark. My parents' marriage suffered from that. Mm-hmm. And this was really just the first step into beating up some of the younger neighborhood children as young as 2 and 3 when I was 10, 11 years old. I also engaged in various vandalisms and filmed pranks inside of a Kmart that got me banned from the stores across America. They had my picture up when I was 9. This was incredibly embarrassing. Really, by the time I was a young adult, I was indicted on federal racketeering charges. My lawyers have indicated as part of my plea deal that I really shouldn't speak too much to this, especially in a setting where I've become so fabulously rich as this. My money could be repossessed by the state. So I will just say it involved a lot of sausage. So it's a meatpacking industry, some might say. I have something of a blood fetish, so I have been caught multiple times stealing blood plasma from St. Jude's. I'm not proud of it. I find it difficult sometimes if I'm drinking a red wine. I can just see the, like the blood, the liquid, clinging to the sides of the cup. Can we just take a minute here?
Yeah, for sure, man.
Okay. Sorry. Just one more sip, please. Okay. But I've tried to change. Over the last few years, I've gotten involved in the Big Brother, Big Sister program. That lasted about a month until they did the background check on me. But that was a good month. I actually didn't. They didn't let me hang out with anybody, but I kind of looked through the chain link fence, and I felt like that really helped me change. I have begun donating blood. I actually think that giving some of mine away has helped me. Maybe I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I do like looking at the way it comes out, but
and just to clarify, Evan's donating the blood that he's stolen, not his own blood. He's donating from his collection.
I'm not giving away my precious bodily fluids.
Yeah,
I engage in copious amounts of semen retention, for instance. I like fluids. I'm a fluid guy. I'm into fluidic games. What can I say? I like liquid.
All right. Yeah. I mean, it's funny. A lot of this stuff is stuff that like I know about you, but hearing you say it like that, it makes me realize like how far you've come and how proud I am as your friend to like be working on this project with you and just see the amount of growth that you've been willing to undertake to just like try to be.
I just undertook some growth when I drank that blood back there.
Hey. Hell yeah. Well, Evans, seriously, I won't say he's one of the best guys
some
I know,
consider
but
me the Army Hammer of Left Unread.
Right on. Excellent.
Yeah. That's me.
Yeah, so that's Evan. The bad boy of the podcast.
Yeah, the fluid king of Left Unread.
All right. So here's the next one. This is one. I got a couple different versions of this, and so I kind of just put them together into one. So, Cam, you do a lot of editing for the show. How do you unwind after long hours spent cutting and splicing new episodes? Evan obviously has cultivated his fluid habit. Mm-hmm. I'm sure some of our more devoted fans at this point have been able to kind of glean this from my episodes, but I've actually been a lifelong disciple of the Guru Sri Orinoco Garfunkel, who's the head of the Garfunkel School and founder of the Garfunkel Method, most famous for pioneering sticky yoga, which you've probably heard of hot yoga, which is like you're doing yoga in a hot room.
Wet
Sticky yoga. You've heard wet yoga, goat yoga. But a lot of those, I think, in my quest to sort of discover what would best serve me and my body and my, need to kind of both unwind physically but also sort of center myself spiritually, those all sort of fell short. And so I really found that when I found Guru Garfunkel's teachings. So sticky yoga has really become kind of the centerpiece of my, life outside of the podcast. So you get yourself sticky with any number of substances. Traditionally, honey is what's used. You try to find raw honey, anything with like the pieces in it, and that really allows you to kind of just feel your emotions. On a hot day, you'll feel very viscous, you'll feel very loose. On a cold day, sometimes it can be kind of hard to move. But ultimately, it's just brought so much peace and joy to my life. I've met some of my best friends through sticky yoga, and honestly, some of my most wild lovers. So I think that that's probably really the only answer. And then, also, we've mentioned our love for masturbation. I think we both practice semen retention, which is nice. But other than that, it's
keep it locked down.
Yeah. But other than that, it's just a lot of sticky yoga, time with friends and family, and really just trying to find the answer to life's great questions. And I think everyone can kind of sympathize with that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is one I've been really interested to have you kind of break this down because we haven't really gotten into this on the podcast yet. So this is another one for Evan. Evan, you seem really interested in modern U.S. history and politics. I think that's probably fair to say. Specifically parapolitics, shady goings-on behind the scenes in the government. You do seem to have a particular interest in the sort of sordid histories of some of our former presidents. Yep. And I've always kind of wondered, well, I think we've all kind of wondered, the listeners and myself, do you have a favorite U.S. president, past or present, and why?
Andrew Johnson. Now, you might be asking, isn't he the guy who sucked? Yeah, I don't agree with some of his policy towards certain people of the South wearing various, white uniforms. But I'll tell you why. Because he's the occulted president. He's the hidden president. Yeah. He's the eternal president. I am an adherent of what's called secret president theory. Which is that Andrew Johnson, he didn't give up on Reconstruction. He realized that the real Reconstruction, was on the Earth's core, which had become burrowed into by this nefarious race of mole people, and that during his let's just say lackluster term, the reason he gave up on Reconstruction of the South is because he went into a subterranean fight for the life of this planet that he engages into today. As you get closer to the center of the Earth, the gravity well of the planet becomes so strong that you start to experience time and this strange dilation. That Andrew Johnson is still to this day, in our perception, fighting to save our planet from these nefarious mole people that wish to break into the Earth's core and release its terrible power. And this power will consume the world in what's called the Great Mudslide, and it will bury us it will bury us under miles of gooey external liquid mud. And I think that really we need to harness our internal liquids and not succumb to the liquid outside the body.
Yeah.
So this is called secret president theory, and it's something Andrew Johnson, baby. Much love. Keep up the good fight. One day we will join you in the molten core.
Yeah, I mean, we should all be so lucky. I wasn't familiar with secret president theory before I met Evan.
It's a secret.
Yeah, well, that was mainly why.
So,
fuck! Yeah, I guess maybe we shouldn't. I guess we should probably put the kibosh. We should probably put the kibosh on that. I just won't talk about it.
God, they're gonna be so fucking mad at me.
Yeah, you might be.
God
out
damn it!
It's
after
okay.
last week too.
It's okay.
After I ate all the fucking finger sandwiches.
It's okay. It's okay. You were hungry. You just came from the gym. They'll understand.
They were pastrami.
They'll understand. All right. Don't worry about it.
I just hope Cornelius doesn't listen.
Don't worry about it. He's
gonna be so fucking pissed.
We can talk to him, and if we have to, we can fix it in post.
Connie, man, I didn't mean to.
All right. Well, let's just move on. Take a breath. Right. I think that the guys will probably understand.
Yeah,
but we can talk to them.
They were really mad about the sandwiches.
We can talk to them after the show. Well, I mean, Evan, let's be honest. When they bring one large sandwich for a group of 10 guys, and one guy eats 3/4,
3 feet of the 6-foot sandwich.
Look, yeah, I get that they didn't all eat it right away, but they were probably planning on having it like later in the day.
It'd already been an hour.
Well, okay, but not everybody eats at the same pace.
It was really good.
Of course, it was good. That's part of why they're mad. Do you not get that? I'm sorry. You're right. I'm trying to be supportive. Don't worry about it.
I know I fucked up with the sandwich.
You fucked up with the sandwich. That's all I'm trying to say. And I just wish that you could do more than just feel bad for yourself about it.
I felt pretty good then.
Yeah, well, it looked delicious.
Yeah.
It looked good. And I'm just saying I get why they're mad about that one. But
so guys, don't tell anybody about the secret president thing.
Yeah, it's all right. I mean, you guys already know, but just keep it between us.
Keep that shit locked.
In the circle of trust.
Yep.
So this is one, I don't know why it was always specifically directed at me, but I get the question a lot, how did we meet? And I don't know why, but So Cam, how did you and Kevin meet, and are you really friends in real life? So Kevin and I met, I want to say it was probably 2013, and it was oddly enough, so when he was just dealing with that whole tax fraud, racketeering indictment thing, he had just beaten that charge.
Days.
Yeah, he had just beaten the charge. His salad days, which were his sausage days, were over. And so he was kind of hanging out outside the Big Brothers, Big Sisters a lot. And I used to do that a lot too. So we actually met on the outside of the fence at Big Brothers, Big Sisters, where we would both just kind of pass the time, kind of looking at all the little brothers and the little sisters, and just imagining what it would be like to kind of play with them and teach them how to grow up. And we sort of got to talking, and we realized that we had a lot in common outside of our desire to be big brothers. Kevin obviously grew up with 3 older brothers, Rick, Bob, and Steve, and that was always really hard for him. I didn't know that, but I think it shows a lot in his personality. Being the youngest of 4 boys was really tough for him, and I don't know. I just think that I really bond with Kevin over that. I think that it was really important. And then, obviously his dad, Kev Sr., is like a harsh disciplinarian. And that's something that I also had in my life. We called my dad the Sarge. I wasn't allowed to look him in the eye until I hit puberty. And then I had to, and that was kind of an odd adjustment. So, there were just a lot of things that sort of led to us becoming friends. And to answer your question, yeah, we are friends in real life. I hang out with Kev all the time, and we've gotten really close. And then obviously when COVID happened, the idea to do this podcast came up, and neither one of us were particularly passionate about history. Initially the show was supposed to be about some of our more holistic pursuits, but we just felt like with everything going on and all the bad press that things like QAnon were bringing to some of the more esoteric movements that we both identify with, such as, secret presidents and sticky yoga, it might be better to just kind of do something totally new, something fresh that we had no real emotional attachment to, no real personal interest in. And so we just tried to pick like what's the fucking dumbest thing that would just be the easiest project for us, and like we'll have a pretty small listener base, and like just no one will give a shit. And we thought history. We'll do history. So
I forged my degree, so I don't even know anything about history.
I have a real degree, but it's it's in neuroscience, so doesn't really apply here. And I obviously chose not to pursue that. So anyway, yeah. So long story short, yes, Kevin and I have known each other since 2013, and we are friends in real life. And it was slow going, but we've worked on it, and we can now, I think, comfortably be in the same room together, and there's not as much fighting as there used to be. And I think we're in a pretty good spot, wouldn't you say?
Sorry, I wasn't listening.
Oh.
No.
All right. Anyway, well, that's a work in progress.
Right?
Always a work in progress, but that's okay. That's okay. That is okay. I guess let's just move on. here's another one. This is for both of us. I have always wanted to know, what are your astrological signs, and how, if at all, does that impact your work on the podcast? Do you want to go first?
Yeah, I'm a scorpion. It's the one with the claws and tail. It's the one. Hold on. The sun is sometimes in a position that I do well in, and I feel like that's my entire life. I feel like so. I would say, yep, yeah. So that's yes, correct. I like astrology, and I like it because it likes me. So
yeah. So I actually didn't know until we were going through these questions before the show, and I had to Google it, and it was pretty interesting. So it turns out that I am what's called a dark star Capricorn, which is not only pretty rare, but apparently kind of dangerous. Yeah, dark star Capricorn.
Mysterious?
So it's Capricorns all the way down. My sun sign, my moon sign, and my rising. Capricorn, Capricorn, Capricorn. And on top of that,
bada bing, bada boom, bada
I was
bing, bada
born.
boom.
I was born when the black planet Nibiru was entering into our solar system, and so because of that, I have some really interesting effects from my astrology sign. So I am hypersexual. I am what most people would consider to be like wildly mentally ill. And I also, fun fact, I just learned this today, I cannot be killed by conventional means. So that's going to be interesting. I didn't know that. I've been really nervous about dying until like 45 minutes ago. So really excited to kind of actually...
Everything's coming up, Capricorn.
Yeah. So I've never met another dark star Capricorn, but yeah, that I'm pretty excited to see what the rest of my life.
I'm a black moon Lilith. Is that anything?
I'm a Blackstone cherry.
House. I'm a black moon Lilith in both the 10th and 11th houses. I feel that sounds cool.
Yeah.
That sounds like a Dark Souls boss, Black Moon Lilith.
Yeah. Like she would have like some sort of like a meat hook on a chain.
No,
like
she'd be like lithe. She'd be lithe.
Yeah, and she'd have like a chain hook.
Oh yeah, maybe yeah. Maybe like yeah, what was that character from Soul Calibur, that lady with the Ivy shit?
Oh, Ivy? You mean like everyone's first hentai boner?
Second.
Ivy was something, man.
My first one was Goku.
If you guys haven't that's funny. If you guys haven't seen Ivy from Soul Calibur, you should Google her. Because, like, holy shit. And even if it's been a while.
And then you should pop in some of those dulcet tones of the left unread boner helpers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
You can hear some more of the classics. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Ich bin ein Bonliner.
God.
I don't know. They're all really... There's a lot of them.
Yeah.
We were in kind of a fugue state when we recorded those, so a lot of them have slipped my mind.
Yeah.
So Evan, I think this kind of ties in with some of the things that you were talking about before. So this next one's for you. It's been you've mentioned a few times, and you've actually talked a little bit about it already today, that you're a big proponent of holistic self-care.
Correct.
And obviously we do some different stuff. We do some stuff the same. But would you be willing to kind of describe some of the ways that you keep your body and your mind healthy? Not just for the show, but just kind of in general. Like what's your routine?
Well, Cam, I believe that the sun is the most powerful force in the universe. After me, of course. And for that reason, I believe that the sun needs to take part in many of my own routines. I also believe in the duality of dryness and wetness, and for this reason, moisture and lack thereof. I begin every day with a raucous bout of butthole sunning to get my sphincter as dry and wrinkled and desert-like as possible,
like a medjool date.
Yeah, fucking like a little brown raisin, and So I do that for about 3 or 4 hours every morning. First thing when the sun comes, the sun's up, the moon's out, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And while I do that, I also like to engage in aged urine therapy. The sun both dries me and wettens me, so I keep mason jars clear, of course, none of that amber shit. With my urine in it that I collect and age in the sun for 3 to 4 weeks, and then I reconsume the fluid that my body gave up.
Do you drink it, or?
Oh, you think's in his bottle, buddy?
Well, I've just also heard that it can be beneficial. So, butthole sunning is something that I also do, and your butthole is like the body's solar battery, and you'd be surprised. I mean, 5 minutes of butthole sunning, it's like 6 cups of coffee.
Extends your life by 20 years.
It extends your life. You feel like you just had 6 cups of coffee. Your get up and go is through the roof.
You're rock hard. Your boner is there for hours.
Absolutely.
Afterwards.
And so to kind of compound the benefits of aged urine therapy and butthole sunning, I've begun doing aged urine enemas. And I think that's, honestly, I've never felt better. There are times when I sometimes wonder, like, if I've died and gone to some sort of heaven,
to butthole heaven,
because I feel so good, and my butthole feels so good from all the urine. So, I just, is that something you've tried?
But yeah, heaven is a place on earth with my butthole. Yeah,
sick.
Yeah. No, it's faith in the sun. Until it feels like it's until I feel like a lobster, in the pot, all red and clawing to get out. I just keep my butthole facing soul, baby.
Nice.
Yeah. I drink my own piss. So.
So I think the last few are kind of just like open-ended.
Yeah, let's do lightning round for these last
open-ended
5
questions for all of us. So, do you guys believe in cryptids? And what are some of your favorites and least favorites? You want to go first?
Yeah. So let's do lightning round. Yeah, I believe in Bigfoot, Yeti, and gay Bigfoot.
Mm-hmm. And what are your favorites and least favorites?
My favorites and least favorites? Yeah, so my favorite, again, all the big feet, the Sasquatches. Gay Bigfoot's probably my favorite. He's like the other ones, but he's homosexual. He's a lot nicer than the other ones. I've met them. And then which ones that I don't like? I don't know, all the weird little guys. I don't like the weird little guys.
Yeah.
And the leprechauns, that little Hawaiian guy that we talked about in that episode. Mm-hmm. Any of those, I don't like them. If you're a weird little guy, stay in your little hole hovel thing. Just don't come out. I don't want to see you. What about you?
So actually, I don't believe in cryptids. There, with one obvious exception, I do believe in Pennsylvania Long Paul. He, of course. So I guess he would qualify as both my favorite and my least favorite. Favorite because I just find him inherently compelling. The idea that this long man is just out there, I think is really cool. But obviously least favorite because he gets up to all sorts of mischief. And we're not, I wouldn't say that we're like a pro mischief podcast. So, hey, Paul, if you're out there, knock it off, buddy.
Yep.
Next question. Could you guys both describe your ideal mate?
Yeah. Sun, meat, butthole.
Yeah, there you go. I feel like I'm looking for someone who can match both my intellect and my sexual stamina. Someone who's willing to really go toe-to-toe with me when it comes to my willingness to kind of throw down in the bedroom. I have what some people describe as sort of a Ric Flair approach to making love, which means that there's a lot of elbows, there's a lot of strutting, but at the end of the day, if you want to be with the wheeling, the dealing, the jet flying, the diamond ring buying, the limousine riding, son of a gun, there's certain walk you got to walk and a talk you got to talk. Woo,
Yeah. Woo.
In the words of the great Dorothy Gale from The Wizard of Oz, quote, "There's no place like home." Why do you find this to be untrue?
Have you seen where I live?
Yeah, it's a shithole.
Have you seen where I come from?
Yeah, it's a shithole.
There you go.
I just to piggyback on that, because obviously Evan makes probably the best argument for that. I also just feel like a lot of the time when I'm at home, I'm sort of expected to take care of a lot of the business around the house. And that's not really what I sort of expected when I was a kid. I sort of thought that life would be a lot more relaxing once I was done with school and stuff. And instead, it's just like crises all the time, like both internal and external. And it's actually pretty overwhelming. So a lot of the times, kind of anywhere but here, you know? Mm-hmm. Do you guys actually use Dr. Fantastic's products? This is a good one. As much as you say you do. A lot of them sound kind of weird. I don't think they sound weird at all, actually. I think a lot of them... I think the good thing about Dr. Fantastics is that they're making products for real people. You see stuff on TV sometimes, and you're like, what? Who is this really for? Who actually wants a telescoping spoon that I can steal bites of ice cream across the table with? For $29.99, really? Dr. Fantastics, they do a lot of, like, market research. They do a lot of product testing to figure out what exactly real consumers in Middle America actually want and actually will use. So things like the flavored catheter, like the penis-flavored lozenge, like today's example, the racist faux pas do-over cards. These are all things that have been kind of exhaustively product tested and found to be not only useful but effective and long-lasting, and they're well-made. And I think it's just a great product, and they give us a really healthy stipend to say things like this. So, I just don't think that this is really the right forum for Dr. Fantastic hate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've jerked off 4 times since we started recording to the sounds of our own voices.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was really great working with them to sort of collab on that. I don't know if we mentioned that, but they are our main sponsor. So they're doing it's licensed under us. It's sort of like, rappers and their record labels. But we will, of course, be producing and distributing under the Dr. Fantastics umbrella. And so I was going to wait a little bit to announce that, but we are happy to be on board with them.
Happy to be one of the nurses.
Mm-hmm. And then lastly, rapid fire. What are some episodes that you see yourself completing in the coming 3rd year of Left Unread?
So I have an episode on Secret President Theory coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Then I have one on Secret Tsar Theory.
Mm-hmm.
Then on Secret Prime Minister Theory. Secret Khan Theory. Secret Soviet Premier Theory. Secret Caesar Theory. I think a lot of world leaders are hiding in the center of the earth to engage in a final confrontation with the mole people to prevent the cataclysmic mudslide that will engulf the world if we crack through the core. So, yeah. How about you?
I'm working on a series of ASMR episodes, which will be geared more towards our female listeners, because I am not going to do ASMR for boys. This is a girls-only ASMR. So if you are a boy or someone who
ladies' night
identifies as a boy, you better skip this one right away, because this is for the ladies only.
Yep.
And we're going to be whispering all kinds of sweet nothings, and you'll get a little taste of what we've thrown together for some of our other projects. But yeah, so that I'm very excited about. And then also I'm going to be doing the last episode of Left Unread, which I haven't told Evan when that will be, but obviously I will be doing the final episode of the show at some point this year. We're calling it quits. So
yeah, and then I'm gonna do my spin-off podcast.
Yeah,
The Secret Leaders.
It's just gonna be called Secret Leaders.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, I think that actually hit. I would say pretty much all of the major points that I would want to discuss on any show to give someone a good idea of who I am as a person.
Yep.
Do you feel well represented by that line of questioning? I feel like
I feel seen and heard.
I feel like if anybody listening feels like they don't know us, what else do you want us to? You know what I mean? Like, what other shit do you want me to say? Oh, my favorite color is orange. Like, that's stupid. That's not the kind of show that we do. We're still a serious show at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So, hopefully that was fun and helpful for you guys. We've got some fun stuff, obviously, in the pipeline coming up for next week. And and then we've got some guests coming on. We've got all kinds of cool shit. So, you know, stick around. There'll be
Shit's coming down the pipe.
Oh, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
Yep,
And
got two guest episodes lined up.
Yep, they're both. One is a cool new guest, and one is one of our.
There'll be the third time badge.
Yeah, he's gonna be. We've only had. He will be the third time guest.
No, he'll be the third time.
Well, yeah, I guess if you count both of those guys as separate.
Well, they are different people.
They are different people, but they've been on the same episodes, and that's what I was.
Yeah.
I was thinking of episodes. But,
Yeah.
yes, we'll have a third time returning guest, and that'll be fun.
Yeah.
That's going to be a fun one. So, all right. Anything else you want to add?
That's it, baby.
All right. Oh yeah, and I mean, obviously, as always, free Tibet. We'll see you guys next time on Left Unread.
I do not sponsor that word.
Are you ready? I could see, I'm going blind. I can see,